Ladies and gentlemen, from the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace and Justice, Deacon Gerald Celente.
Hello, everybody. This is Deacon Gerald Celente of the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace and Justice. Are you going to church? What church do you go to? You go to the Catholic Church? Protestant Church? Are you a Quaker, a Mormon, Episcopalian, Baptist? What church you go to? And what church do you go to that they are preaching peace? Thou shalt not kill. Peace on earth, goodwill to all. What church? Don't hear them. Don't see them. What God do they believe in? They keep selling their belief of the 10 Commandments, but thou shalt not kill doesn't add up to any of them. We are in the most perilous times in modern history. On Friday, Israel launched more attacks into Hezbollah, saying that they killed the Hezbollah leader. More attacks into Lebanon, saying they killed the Hezbollah leader, Nasrallah. It's a terrible time. Netanyahu said, there is no place in Iran that the long arm of Israel cannot reach. That's true for the whole Middle East. He bragged at the United Nations before he left right away to go back to Israel. This is from Haaretz. Israel at War Day 357. Rockets launched from Lebanon at Israel's north after unprecedented Israeli strike in Beirut. Unprecedented. Beirut. And then they have a recap. Israel targets Hezbollah chief Nasrallah in massive Beirut strike. Pentagon says U.S. had no advance warnings of the attack. Netanyahu on Israel-Lebanon conflict. Isn't that a nice word to call it? Conflict? This isn't a conflict, it's a war. Grow up. This is the propaganda that they sell. So people don't feel the truth. It's a war. It's not a conflict. They've killed well over 1,000 people in Lebanon already over the last few weeks. Netanyahu on Israel-Lebanon conflict at UN. Israel will continue degrading Hezbollah until all objectives are met. Oh, his objectives, Hezbollah, that the mainstream media calls militants. Oh, militants. These are Lebanese people that fought to drive Israel out of Lebanon. So they drove them out in 2006, so now they're militants. Following Beirut strike, barrage of rocket targets northern Israel. Biden. The U.S. had no knowledge of IDF action. New York Times. Supreme Leader Khamenei, Iran, called an urgent meeting of Iran Security Council. Netanyahu insists Israel will continue Gaza and Lebanon strikes unabashed. 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 We will keep slaughtering as many people as we want, and America just announced we will give you $7 billion in weapons to achieve that objective. Here's another $8.7 billion of weapons to keep slaughtering innocent people. Bomb their houses, schools, churches, mosques, Arabs, Christians, anybody that you want. Where is the outrage? Why? Why, if you say that, Celente, you must be an anti-Semite. I don't believe in your fairy tale that you call the Bible. All right? Not asking you to believe in what I believe. Don't you dare tell me what comic book I have to look up to that you believe in. You believe in what you want to believe, but you don't tell me that you're a chosen person and I'm just a guinea from the Bronx. Don't you give me this BS that God gave you this land. The fact of the matter is that Balfour Declaration in 1917 gave you that land. And again, I don't believe your fairy tale about Judea and this one and that one, because life began a long time before that. Oh, they found a skull that's 30 million years old. Oh, no, 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 no. Life began when Moses came down with the 10 Commandments and Noah had the ark and any other fairy tale you want to believe in. And then on the Ukraine side, almost another 9 billion to Ukraine to keep bloodying the killing fields. And Putin warned on Wednesday, the more weapons that Ukraine gets and the deeper they fire into Russia, if Russia feels that they are at risk, they're going to go nuclear. His words, right there. Oh, and it's in your transcript. And by the way, you look at the cover of this week's Trends Journal, and this is before the horrors of today. You see it? Israel war plus Ukraine war equals nuclear war. The Universal Church of Freedom, Peace, and Justice, along with Occupy Peace, are doing everything we can to bring peace on earth. And on Saturday, beginning at 2 p.m., we're having a Peace and Freedom rally. You go to Occupy Peace, and you see all the information. We need as many people here as we can get. As many as we can get. And donate to, these are all tax deductions. Donate to the church. Donate to Occupy Peace. Do what you wish. Come here. You better do something. Because if you don't do anything, you are as guilty as the warmongers if you don't support peace. I'm sorry, that's the way I feel about it. I'm a trend forecaster, besides being the deacon of the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace, and Justice. Best-selling books. Trends 2000, trend tracking, far better than Megatrends, Time Magazine. Been at this a lot of years. I see the future, and it's hell on earth. The Ukraine war, Israel war, world war. And again, not a peep in the media about peace. We sent out a press release, and we said that anyone that does not report this in the media is immoral. Yep. There is no place in Iran that the long arm of Israel cannot reach. That's true for the whole Middle East, Netanyahu said. And the United States supports the genocide. U.S. Our support for Israel won't change in the future. U.S. Defense Secretary Lord Austin confirmed that the U.S. will maintain its military support for Israel, dismissing concerns over red lines, despite warnings that a full-scale war between Israel and Hezbollah would have disastrous consequences. Israel dismissed international calls for a ceasefire, and Hezbollah continued its military strikes. Yep. Israel has killed more than 700 in Lebanon. When questioned about potential limits to U.S. support for Israel, Austin emphasized that America's commitment to Israel's defense remains steadfast. Quote, "We've been committed from the very beginning to help Israel." Hey, who is the we? Who are the we that you're talking about? We. Little we. Not me. not the practitioners of the universal church of freedom, peace, and justice, not those who occupy peace or believe in peace on earth, goodwill to all. What are you talking about? Oh, you mean the military-industrial complex of which you're a member. Former general murdering people in Iraq and Afghanistan. Of course he's committed to more war. A war whore. We've been committed from the very beginning to help Israel provide the things that are necessary for them to be able to protect their sovereign territory as they steal more land called settlements that he calls sovereign. This isn't sovereign territory. It was made up, again, with the Balfour Declaration in 1917. His Majesty's government declares the land in Palestine will be a settlement for the Jewish people, and we will use our best endeavors to achieve this objective. So stop the sovereign baloney. Yep. We now face the risk of an all-out war. Another full-scale war could be devastating for both Israel and Lebanon, Austin warned. So let me be clear. Oh, yes, let me be clear. I am in charge of you. You will listen to me. Israel and Lebanon cannot choose a different path. Oh, okay. They have to choose the path that he says and Israel says. Despite the sharp escalation in recent days, a diplomatic solution is still viable. What a joke. There you got it. Not making this up. World War III has begun. We're facing the most critical times in modern times. If we don't have peace on earth, it's going to be hell on earth. It's going to be nuclear annihilation. So all the warning signs are all there in the warning words. Yep. If we don't unite for peace, we're going to die in war. So please, tomorrow, come to Kingston, New York, the Four Corners of Freedom, where the seeds of democracy were sown. They were sowed here, and this is the Four Corners of Freedom. Judge Napolitano, Scott Ritter, Max Blumenthal, Anya Parham, Joe Laurie, and myself. And we're trying to have music and entertainment to lift the spirit as well. If we don't unite for peace, again, we're going to die in war. It's up to you. It's up to you. Look at the billionaires. Billionaires love to give billions to bombs, but billionaires don't give a penny for occupied peace. If we had $1 billion, we'd have peace tomorrow. You have no idea how hard we are all working for this, to put on this event tomorrow. You have no idea. I'm exhausted, going nonstop. So please be here in heart, in soul, in mind, and spirit at the highest level you can achieve. Thank you. Amen and amen.